Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the K-drama The Witch, so let's get into it. This is a 2025 K-drama that you can watch on Viki. It has 10 episodes and it stars Park Jin-young and Ro Ji-young-yu. This drama is about a young woman who is cursed. Anytime a man goes near her, anytime a man confesses, he dies or gets severely injured. The male lead and her go to the same high school, and he falls in love with her, but because he witnesses all these incidents, he stays away. Um, but he is really into data, and he's pretty much trying to figure out whether or not she actually is a witch through data. The show uses a lot of like flashbacks to their high school and POV to try and tell the story. I do want to say that narratively, I don't think this story is at a strong point. The main problem is that in episode 1 and episode 2, you have the usual his POV in episode 1 and then her POV in episode 2. But the problem is that for the last 8 episodes, the POV mainly focuses on the male lead, with the female lead story just sort of interspersed into it. So you end up just getting a narrative that is about the female lead, but it's really about the male lead analyzing the female lead. And I'm going to use the word stalking here because he absolutely stalks her. Is later accused of stalking her by another male in the show, and then he runs very, very far away because he's very ashamed about it. Second thing I want to discuss is that by the end of the show, both of their parents are dead. Like they both have no parents between them, and it's just them against the world, which I think was very purposefully done because I don't think they could be together if any of their parents were alive, just due to the fact that like his mother would be so terrified that he would die, and her father would probably be afraid because he's thinking, this kid's been stalking you, my girl. I don't think this is a healthy relationship. But we find out by the end of the show that the curse is lifted if she's in love with the guy and he's in love with her. And so by the end of episode 10, they confess to each other in Austria because she's been wanting to go to Austria for a really long time after being isolated for so long because she isolates herself because people die around her. And it has a happy ending. I think I loved this drama. Like I gave it an 8 because I did love it. But my frustrations primarily lie with the narrative, and I would also add that I don't think the romance was developed well. I actually think it might have been better had they not even included romance in this at all. Just have it be just leave him as a stalker, leave him as somebody who's just analyzing her for data, who just wants to be her friends, because if they were trying to make it romantic, they definitely could have spent more time developing their relationship. So that's a fault. And another thing they did that was really annoying, like past episode 2, they would replay scenes with very little differences for like 15 minutes at like the beginning of each episode. It was so frustrating. This drama probably could have been 6 episodes or maybe less. It definitely didn't need to be 10 episodes, and it was slow paced, but it definitely dragged unnecessarily a lot of the time. I do think the performances were very, very strong. I cried quite a few times in this drama just for the female lead and how isolated she was because everybody was calling her a witch in her school. She had to literally drop out of school because of it and then also drop out of university because of it, despite the fact that she was really good at English and just super smart. I cried twice during this drama for the female lead because she makes me cry. Like her story is so sad. Then you have the second leads who are played by Lim Jae Hyuk and Jang Hee Ryung. Jang Hee Ryung's character is the best friend of the female lead. She meets her in university. She basically just helps her get a job as a translator and is just a big sister to the female lead. She's lovely. Then the second male lead meets the male lead in college. We also find out that he's also rich and has a similar curse. And the Merly befriends him because he also isolates himself and he's drawn to people that isolate themselves like that. And he kind of like forces himself to befriend these people, and that's how they become friends. He is a cop, and he falls in love with the second female lead. Well, let's say he's encouraged to fall in love with her to protect her because she falls for him because they hang out quite a bit. Then they also end up together as well. Again, the romance in this show is absolutely its weak point as well as the narrative. What I liked about this show and what I think the strong points are is like the male lead acting. I just thought I really liked him. Like, he was absolutely a stalker and honestly was giving me um Ling Shin's character vibes from Taylor Rose. If you know, you know. But I loved his performance. I loved the way he took on the character. I loved the data part of the drama, like just him analyzing stuff and being really into it. I just loved observing his character. That was a lot of fun. I think that was the strongest point of the drama, if anything, because we didn't really get to see a lot of the female lead, and understandably, she doesn't do much because she's pretty isolated. But I still would have loved to see more of her. And another thing I want to mention, this seems like a lot of complaints, but I'm just trying to be honest, that the show explained the how of her being a witch, but not the why. We don't know who cursed her. We don't know why this happened to her. Like, it would be so. It would have been so good if they had explained why she was a witch or why she was cursed with that. Who exactly cursed her? All we know is that her mum died when she gave birth to her. So her birth has always been a tough spot for her. But I, yeah, that's really annoying. As somebody who's more literary than mathematical, the why is very important to me, and I only got the how, and that frustrated me. But I still gave it an 8 because I just loved the Nick. Honestly, he's very attractive, so that definitely helped. And I also just think he really embodied the role really well. Like, it was powerful. Like, it was a really powerful performance, and the film really did an amazing job too. And as I said, he made me cry twice. Like, I was sobbing because the way this girl was isolated, the way she was shunned, the trauma, yeah, i was I was sobbing. But I do recommend this drama in spite of all of its flaws. I recommend it. I watched everything, but I do think you could skip some scenes if you decide to go ahead and watch it. Thank you very much for listening to this video. If you like my channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, please hit the like button below. Thank you. Bye bye.